Sip. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to BMT2. I told you guys that we were going to be back in a few seconds. We just had to get everything going. We actually wanted to fill up the panel. We actually, as of right now for this topic, we are opening up the panel. Right now, the panel had up to 5 people. So we only have how many people can you have on a Google Hangout? Hell no, I'm not having all those people on the damn Hangout. Fuck that. But we'll open it up for just probably 1 to 2 more people. But for the most part, this was a hot open topic that we started yesterday. It was started yesterday. One of the panelists brought up something about different mates. Now we wanted to challenge that and go off of that because there is no right or wrong, but we want to know where they're coming from and also what is our viewpoint. There, like I said, there's no topic we can't talk about. Damn it, I'll be damned if that, especially on this damn channel. So I know I'm very intense. I'm very excited about doing this topic. Even so much, it even caused a few of us to get in arguments throughout the day. However, we're still here to do our job. I know later on, Jesse is looking to do a topic about this. Ladies, if you see this show and you would like to actually have an open topic, please, Jesse Veal, the Jesse Veal Show on YouTube. He is going to do a topic. He is actually opening up his show for women to come on. I don't know how many women actually come on his panels. So I'm going to let Jesse handle that later on how he wants to do that. But for right now, I'm going to be putting out Google links. So if you want to come on and talk, I encourage all ladies, the females, to come on and talk. And let's talk about this. So the topic that we're going to be hitting on, but it's so much so serious, I had to wrap up my hair. It was the women that sleep with multiple mates says she only been to bed with 4 dates. Y'all like how I rhymed that shit? It's pretty sexy how I rhymed that. I'm going to start off with Jay. Jay, please. You made a comment yesterday that ladies, if he asks you how many people you take to bed, tell him 4. Please. I'll let you take over from there.
First and foremost, any grown ass man shouldn't be asking a woman how many men they've been with. Period. So the reason it came up in discussion is because I just feel that in the grand scheme of things, it's irrelevant. So that's where the whole thing, just tell him 4. Because if a man is asking a question like that, you know, I guess I try to understand the reasoning why it matters. My whole thing, and like I said to you earlier, Josiah, was that, you know, if you and I are in a relationship and we like each other, and you know, and we're trying to build something and we get along and all of this other stuff, when it's all said and done, does the past really matter? You know, and you brought up the point that, well, you know, if I go to the store and I see that nigga, if you go to the store and you see that nigga, and what? I mean, I could sleep with 4 people. Chances are you're not gonna go to the store and see that motherfucker. Like, it is what it is. I just kind of feel like it's irrelevant, you know. And to be honest, like, I'm not gonna ask him either, because honestly, I don't care. I don't care that he's been with 5 women or 10 women. To me, it's not a conversation it's just not a conversation that I'm gonna have. Like I said, it's not. You know, I'm more looking towards, you know, how'd you grow up? Like, what do you? Where's your mind at? Like, what is your education like? What is it that you like to do? Do you like to read books? Do you like to further your education and your knowledge? I'm not worried about how many women you bedded. That's just me though. But, you know, so that's why I said the reason the number is 4, because it just is. Because like I said, to me, if you're going to ask a question like that, I just feel that most men's egos aren't going to be able to handle the truth. So therefore, you say 4 because that's not going to bruise their ego too much. Because anything more than that, they're going to start getting a man that's asking the question in the first place. If you say more than 4 or 5, it's going to start bruising their ego. So that's why the number is 4.
Jay, right now you are leading the show. You can ask any man, or you can take it to whoever you want to respond.
Jesse.
You are leading the show.
Since Jesse, okay, sure, Jesse. Since Jesse, I from what I've read from Jesse, he basically So, Jesse, I understand you want a unicorn. I understand you want to be a polygamist with a woman that has had less than 10 bodies in her lifetime.
Those are not no
Explain.
unicorns.
Explain. Well, yeah, because they're lying to you, Mario, like I just said earlier.
Shit.
How do you know? But how do you know? How do you know?
Because this is the thing, right?
Go ahead.
So if I'm getting a virgin, right? I can easily get a doctor's appointment scheduled to make sure, what do you call that seal?
The hymen.
Yeah, hymen,
the hymen can be broken during sports, Jesse. That's no proof of virginship.
If they're a part of that 0.0000001%,
no, that's not.
where their hymen's been broken through sports, so that's just their bad luck. It is what it is. I mean, we can't.
But a hymen is a virgin. So now you're saying you want a virgin because your hymen would be broken the first time you had sex.
Well, I never said exactly what I wanted.
You actually have said that you're a polygamist, and you actually did say yesterday that you wanted a woman that had less than 10 bodies. You actually said that yesterday.
That means a virgin?
No.
No, what I'm saying is...
No. But he's talking about a hymen. A hymen is only a woman that's a virgin.
Right. But I never explicitly said, like, oh, well, if a woman doesn't have less than 10 bodies... Like, I wouldn't deal with that woman. I never said that. I'm gonna have to go back to the replay on that one. But I would prefer a woman that does have a small amount of body. So somewhere, so body count to me kind of depends on a number of factors, because women in the West are obviously going to have more bodies, particularly women during our age range, right? And the older they are, the more bodies they're most likely going to have. But if I'm dealing with women, that's in Africa or any other traditional culture, they're going to have less bodies automatically based on their culture. You know what I'm saying? Compared to women that are Western. So, if I know I could get virgins in traditional cultures. That's not a problem. Like I have associates that are married to women that were married, that they did get checked to make sure the hymen wasn't breached or what have you, to make sure that they were virgins. So that's not an issue in traditional cultures, right? So my preference behind that, I mean, it's a lot of things to it. One, the more bodies a woman has, the harder it is for her to bond with a man. Based on that book that I gave out, Sexual Alchemy by Teresa MD. That's one of the major reasons, and that's indicative of most men, period, particularly in traditional culture. Now you got some men, I can tell you 9 times out of 10 that I've ever seen a man be like, oh man, I don't care about bodies. I prefer a woman with 100 bodies. 9 times out of 10, that motherfucker from New York. I'm telling you, New York City.
Do you have proof to back that up, or that's just
I'm speaking on my
kind of proof to back that up. And I do want to say though, just while you were speaking on the hymen thing, that it just looking it up here, it's just an article. I can send it to Josiah, but basically, it obviously it says that most hymen, by the time a woman has sex, more or less that the hymen is broken from most women due to bike riding, horseback riding, tampons, masturbation, dancing. So there's many reasons that a hymen is broken long before sex. So it says about 63% of women's hymens are broken before sex. But go ahead, continue.
Okay, so we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna deal.
No, because you said I deal in facts, and you said because you said 99% of women, the 1% of women that it doesn't happen to. So I just wanted to tell you that it's 63%. So go ahead, continue.
I was speaking on sports.
Ready? Yeah,
I was speaking on sports, right? That was your original comment.
Right. So I clarified my comment and clarified your comment by saying it's 63%. So go ahead, continue.
But okay, well, for the record, there's a difference between sports and horseback riding and all those other things you just mentioned. There's a difference between that. But so if a woman wants to lie, right, that's her business. But if you lie and the guy
But
find out that
how
you
would you find
lie,
out though? But how would a
I
guy
mean,
find out that I
there's
lied?
many reasons. They could be guys that she slept with that tell a guy like, oh man, your chick was a hoe, man, back in New York or whatever.
What
You
is it
know,
with you and
she
women
got
from the New York though? That's what. Do you have proof that that women sleep with men on the? That there's this crazy sex going on in New York? Because you seem to have something against New York.
I don't have anything against New
Okay.
York. I'm just speaking
Clearly
on
you do because you've mentioned
the
it 3 times just now. But go ahead.
I'm just speaking on the actual like a lot of statistics and stuff and studies that they've done to show that people in general in New York are a lot more promiscuous in comparison to other parts of the United States, which I can probably look something up before the show ends to direct you and the viewers
You
to
may.
actually check out.
You may.
But nah, so yeah, you know, you can lie if you want to as a woman. Most women, it's probably best if you lie personally because if the guy believe you, then you know you'll get to pursue the relationship. But if they ever find out, it's like okay, they most likely not going to deal with you. That's just the bottom line. And most men think it is. My thing is if you feel as though telling your body count to a potential mate is such a big issue, how would you feel if a man was homosexual or bisexual and he kept that shit from you?
2 different conversations. Being
I mean,
homosexual and
it's
sleeping with a
very
lot of women are
similar.
2 different things.
It's very similar in terms of
Not really.
sexual history. Sexual history.
Someone being gay and someone sleeping with a lot of women are 2 different things. But I just was reading just another just go ahead. I have to figure out this article
We would
before I
like to
give it
welcome
before I
we would like
repeat
to
it.
welcome a longtime co-host of BMT, the classic channel, Liking King. This guy is a heavy MGTOW advocate. Welcome, Liking King. We know that you're very big on topics, and I know you've been spreading the good news of MGTOW and all its joys and wonders. Liking, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
There was a question that was brought up, and honestly, I wanted to definitely bring you in on this. You are an expert in MGTOW analogy of dealing with women in their ways. The question that came up was the woman that sleeps with multiple mates and says she only been on 4 dates. Does that matter in asking a woman that question of how many mates she's been with if you choose to talk to her?
I mean, if you ask it about how many times how many dudes she done slept with, and that's the question. It ain't about how many dates she's been on. That's misleading information. So, if you slept around with a whole bunch of dudes, and I probably wouldn't mess around with her.
Is that something that, as a man, it shouldn't matter? Or as a person, you should just, hey, you're with me now. Why does it matter how many people I've been with or I've slept with? You know, that's irrelevant. I'm with you now. You know, I want to know about, what school you went to, what things you've been doing. Who cares if you fucked 100 dudes? Hey, I'm with you, baby.
I mean, if a dude decide to be with you despite knowing all that about you, then I mean that means he's legitimately trying to make this work. If
The unicorns.
Yeah, I mean, if he's willing to take that risk, that's up to him. Me personally, I probably wouldn't, but yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're gonna take the time to learn about a bunch about me, I'm gonna take the time to learn a bunch about you. And if you still feel like you want to be with me despite everything you learned about me, then I'll still give you that benefit of the doubt as well. But as for just being disqualified just because I've been with, this such a many people, I'm like, well, okay, well, shit, we both sides of the spectrum do the same thing. Just, guys do it, girls do it, Women get the shit down to a science, some dudes got it down to a science. Some good at it, some not so good at it. But if someone's legitimately trying to give it a shot, then no. I mean, if if you still trying to give it a shot despite knowing all that stuff about the dude, then yeah, like that shouldn't disqualify him for nothing. The same thing, vice versa. You knowing a bunch about a girl, though she been sleeping around with a bunch of dudes before she met you, she's still trying to give it a shot anyway. Then I mean, it's up to you to decide if you want to give that a go. I would just look at certain things as different color flags. Like depending on how many people you've been with, that tells me something a little bit about you. Just like I'm pretty sure knowing how many people I've been would tell you a little something about me too. It all depends on your mindset when you going into it. Are you looking for like a booty call, or are you looking for trying to start a relationship? Because for all we know, that girl might just be trying to have a long-term thing going on. She might want to try something different.
After she got ran through.
After she done been ran through and got tired of that empty ass,
Now she got a long list of some bullshit.
Yeah.
Can we all
trying
agree?
to try something different now.
Can we all agree that the reason that women get so emotional and upset about the idea of men asking about their sexual history is out of fear, and that most of these women are afraid that a man that they really like wouldn't actually wipe them up because of their sexual past?
Yeah, I would say so.
Exactly.
I would
The
agree on that
fear
one,
of
yeah.
rejection, the fear of judgment, all that stuff plays into it. That's exactly why they don't want you to know. That's exactly why.
Yes, yeah. I was about to get to you next. I felt that energy from the Godfather of Blackman Congregation. MOT. I would like to know your input because you've been listening for a while.
All right, so I liken this to kind of past drug abuse type of history. It's not really the history; it's the drug. So as the body count kind of come up, because we're men and this is what we need to judge. To me, it's a self-control issue. So how you going to say that you've been with 42 guys and all of a sudden you get with me and all of a sudden, how do I know that you ain't going to catch a case of the dick and need multiple of them in you within my protection and circumstance? I could be risking a whole lot at stake.
Exactly.
I mean, I understand that our society is set up to place our masculinity in the purview of how many women that you can handle being at risk with, while their past don't matter. But this is where this is coming from. Like if a person said, yeah, I have some past drug abuse, I smoke some weed sometimes. Okay, yeah, fine. That's like what? Probably 15 or less guys. But the equivalent. But if you say you did like some crystal meth shit or some fucking crack cocaine shit, that's like 25 to 40 guys. And we were like, man, this is some risky ass shit I'm getting next to. And I understand that women don't want to tell the truth, so it's okay to lie about these type of things. But dudes don't like the ghost of Dickmas past. We don't like that shit.
I mean, is it because are y'all afraid that if a woman has had too many partners that she's gonna judge your sex game more harshly? Is that what it is?
Not even that. Not even that.
No, it's because they'll do the same thing if it was the other way around. So why can't we do that?
Because here's the problem. Men have to earn access to women. Women don't have to earn access to men. And to me, it's a self-control issue. Yeah, my cop's pretty high, but she would also know that. Like, I wouldn't lie. Like, look, I would let them know up front. And guess what? If we not a good fit, we not a good fit. Because chances are, if you get my Facebook password or unlock my phone, you're going to see a whole bunch of shit that you shouldn't be seeing. So,
but you shouldn't be getting with a chick that wants to go through, get your Facebook password and unlock your phone anyway. But
yeah, because we gonna know that y'all they gonna do that, right? Because they gonna be honest about being like that, right?
I'm just saying that for the sake of open disclosure, I do not think that it's okay to lie to people. Period. Like you should be able to.
I think the main part of the conversation is: would you be asking that question in the first place?
Oh, absolutely, every time.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me, because you're not even in any particular relationship, so that means every woman you just decide to fuck, you ask how many men she's been with?
Yeah, they do you the same way.
I mean, if they're coming into my purview within a relationship, which I don't have any use for anymore, yeah.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is, if I'm just fucking you, I really don't. I mean, if I'm just fucking you, does it? I mean, that's even crazier. So you mean to tell me
That's the business
you and I are just fucking? Like, I don't give a fuck about you outside of fucking.
Wait your turn.
And you're gonna ask me how many dudes I've been with?
Wow, I wouldn't even deal with that type of woman.
No,
Yeah, so,
what's
I
going
mean,
on?
She dangerous.
Let's be honest here, guys. Like most of the time, women ask guys that shit like as soon as they meet them, especially if it's a dude that they take
I've never not
interest
once
in.
asked. I've never not once asked.
You're not
We're
asking
not
if they
talking
do
about you.
somebody?
We're talking about like women in general. That's something that a lot of females do. Maybe not you in per se, but a lot of females do that. They will ask how many dudes how many people you done been with, just because they want to know. Well, it don't even matter like what her overall plans is. But if she's interested in you, she always will at some point find some kind of excuse or chance to ask how many people you've been with, whether it's direct or indirect. She will try to find out. That's females right there. They do that. Like both
So
guys who
why
been
is
with
it?
women know that. They do that. Like not
So I
it's
just
very
have.
you are like a
I'm sorry.
minority of women who don't do that.
I just have a random. This is just a random off the rip question. Anybody can answer. So why is it that y'all saying all of y'all that are on the panel basically you guys would cheat on a real woman that don't have that slept with two dudes, I guess, with the same type of woman that y'all claim that y'all don't want. So why is that?
Where cheating come on?
Where
Where
did come
cheating
from?
Cheat.
Where did you get cheating from?
Yeah, where that coming from?
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question. That's all.
Okay, ask the question.
I don't
Okay,
need
well,
to
my
cheat.
answer
I'll
is-
take up a concubine.
The question was and I'm asking mainly MOT since he said he asked these questions of women that he's even just fucking. Why is it that y'all will cheat on the woman? Y'all would cheat on the same woman that only has 2 or 3 bodies with the same woman that you're claiming you don't want. So I'm asking Joe and I'm asking MOT.
Ooh. So okay.
Well, as you said, I just don't view it like that. I mean, when I'm trying to go into a relationship, that means that we're going to be seen publicly together. So the question that I'm asking is Debo going to be trying to give you a hug at the Super Bowl?
But is your masculinity that fragile that you're worried about running into an ex-boyfriend though?
Absolutely.
Kind of hard to keep a strong
Wow.
masculinity.
Well, I'm glad you admitted that you have fragile masculinity.
Okay. What was the question?
I deal with that shit.
I mean, I find it interesting that you using masculinity, saying that like, is his masculinity so fragile? Like, it's
I asked the question. It was a question.
Hey, keep doing this. Let's keep it.
In response to that, I was saying like, being where we are, it's kind of hard to keep a strong masculinity in an emasculated society that condemns a man for being masculine on a regular basis. Every time he leaves his house, his masculinity is put at risk. So,
but he's like, worried that he might get clocked in the face by Debo, though. So I mean,
what?
Okay. No, what was the question, Jay? What was the question?
The question was, why is it that the same women that you're condemning on the right now is the same woman that y'all cheat with, basically, that you cheat on your spouse with or your significant other with?
Let me say, okay. I'll answer it.
Like a no down.
I'll answer it. I've been a cheater before. I played the game. I'll tell you right now. If I'm a man that has access to easy resources, because technically, if she's easy, because everybody else can have access to her, then if I have what she wants, that's the thing about being a man. Not saying that y'all gonna like the rules, but that's what made men at the top of the food chain. Because if he has what you need and you're accessible, that's like you heard Healthy say, I can just grab a concubine.
Yeah, like
I can just go grab this. The thing about it, back in the day, you had women who were married to men, and they would have a whole nother family on the other town because they could afford.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's okay that he had a whole other family on the other side of town.
Was he doing what he needed to be doing?
Again, we're not talking about that. Yes, he was for the sake of this conversation, but that's not the part we're talking about.
And now
let me say this too, real quick. Like in history, historically, right? There's always been a difference between women that you have sex with only and women that you marry, right? So if you look at 1900s, 1800s, 1700s, you had a lot of men that had wives that may have only had 1 or 2 partners, throughout her whole history of life, and then they went and had fun at the whorehouse. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is that you weren't marrying these women because these women, you know, that was their niche or their skill in life was
And
to
those
be able
women
to
didn't want to be
entertain.
married either. And those women
have
didn't want to
sex.
be married. They
Right,
didn't want
right.
no relationship. They didn't want none of that good shit.
And that's a good point. And so the difference we'll be talking about, I'm gonna get it back to Joe. The difference we'll be talking about is men don't have problem with women that have multiple bodies, a whole bunch of bodies. The difference is we may have sex with that woman, but as far as wife,
you ain't coming home.
You're not coming home.
You ain't coming home. I'll fuck you. You can get dick. See, that's the thing about it. Like, we honestly want to take a thing about it. If you look at it where they have the slut walk. Now, these are women who are trying to take the word slut, and they say, I can fuck, suck, and do everything else, and y'all cannot judge me for it.
Which is
and we look at this now. We're going to look at this. You don't see no powerful women with money and influence other than, I guess, Amber Rose, and Amber Rose is running out of time, jumping and bandwagoning into this movement. Because they're like, hold up, I'm not about to risk my reputation in this kind of shenanigan.
Because it's dumb.
Because once you do that, once you cross that line, a man can fuck 5 billion women and be viewed as a hero. Not saying that women are going to look at him, but to some women, they see that as an attraction. Let's flip it vice versa. And I'm not, and you, Jay, I'm gonna stay away from porn stars. Let there be the town whore. Fuck everybody in the town. When the other women in the town see her, do they view her as that of the same noble status as they do? No, they do not. When the men come around her, they do not brag. Hey, I fucked that. Not around their people. Not around. They do it behind closed door. Mm-hmm. But they ain't gonna come out loud. I fucked the village. I fucked the village whore. And this is nothing coming at y'all. But understand as women, this is why I say your vagina is like a car. The more handlers it has, you depreciate in value. If you got the metal to walk with that title, hold it up high like those girls do in goddamn Belgium. Sit right there in that goddamn window and put on the smile. MLT, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Those girls get paid like they're professionals. They ain't trying to do nothing else but fucking suck and get paid by the country. That is their job. Now, honestly, if that's what women are trying to do, then shit. Don't ask to be looked at as anything else but like a piece of meat. Because those women that do that profession, they listen, if you find with a man spitting, choking, and doing all that crazy shit to you, own that. Mm-hmm. Own that. But when it comes to anything else, listen, you can't say shit. Don't say, hey, treat me like a woman. But then you had 14 dudes just now fuck you. Where we do that at? I'm gonna pass it back to Jay.
No, go ahead because my phone just dropped out, so I didn't hear you for like the last minute.
Okay, so for what I said, and I'm going to give it to Jesse. I'm gonna give it back to Jesse or whoever wanted to pick it up. For the women that I understand what liking King was saying about, hey, if that's your prerogative, you still want to fuck with that woman. Understand, brothers, and there are some brothers who they be wifing these girls who be, yeah, even though you fucked the whole football team, I still love you, baby. That's you.
Get wifed every day, B.
Hoes get wifed. But see, just like MOT just now said, listen, that ain't me. I'm not that type of man. I can take that shit where I'm walking and like every other nigga in the goddamn food line done fucked you. I can't do no. I'm not Jesus. I can't absolve all those goddamn sins. No, nigga. Don't ask me. Can't. Like that's too many niggas. Like, yeah, I done fucked that. For a man, when he knows everybody done test drive the whip.
So basically, you're saying it's an ego thing, then.
You damn listen. Men build nations off of their ego.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to say something to our egos. That don't hurt us. That don't hurt us when women say that. That don't bother us when they say that.
But I wasn't trying to hurt you. Wars have been started. Most wars have been started over pussy.
What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
The same pussy that y'all.
Not just any whore.
We ain't talking about no random train pussy. We talking about valuable, untouched pussy.
You sure about that?
Name one
because there's I don't know, because there's concubines that that have a whole lot of shit that wars have been started over. I don't know.
You know what? You got a point, but that also involves a lot of manipulation.
Who are these concubines you speak of?
Who are the women that you speak of? That doesn't matter. Who are the women that you speak of? It doesn't matter. We just talking, right?
We know Troy was fought for one woman.
We just talking. What's his name? Abraham had how many baby mamas?
No, he only had one, and we know who she was. One.
His concubine. His concubine was his baby mama, right?
Actually, that was Sarah.
A concubine isn't a hoe though.
A concubine is devoted to one.
Let me just say
let me hit this. But I'm gonna get her. I want to go ahead. Jay tried it. She definitely tried to slide that in.
Let me just say this real quick, because I actually just interviewed a Hebrew brother who actually has concubines. Mm-hmm. And so a concubine is not a woman that sleeps with a bunch of different men. A concubine,
she's a kept
is
side
a
chick.
Non-wife, but she's loyal to that man.
Yeah, she's dedicated to the family.
So that's a difference.
Yeah, a kept side. She's a kept side chick. She's a kept side chick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Also taken care of.
That's a good
she's
thing.
Well off.
Serve a purpose. That's good.
She paid.
No, because if she was just a regular side chick, then she wouldn't be getting none of the benefits the concubine would be getting. The concubine live in their house, eat the same food, their kids get to go to school, the same places and stuff like that. They take care of them like they their wives, except they not the wife. They just a concubine. A side chick don't get none of that shit. They don't.
And me you talked about that, Jay. Do you treat the side bitch like the main chick?
No, absolutely not. But I was just bringing that up in conversation. But go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, I'm saying, but let's break it down for some of y'all people who don't know. The concubine that she's talking about in the Bible, that was because Sarah didn't think she could have a kid. Now, most of the time, let me be for real, for overseas, older men get a concubine if they know that their wife is getting too old and she cannot perform. So they get a concubine. So hey, I can't do nothing for you, baby, but this young girl can hold you down. Guess what? Abraham wanted a seed. Is it wrong for a man who has wealth like Abraham to take a woman and have his seed? No, that is within legal rights, and it is still practiced. It's still practiced up today. That happens in Africa and happens in most of the Middle Eastern places. Hell, it even happens in Europe sometimes. If you have the money, Kim Kardashian, guess what? Kim Kardashian artificially had a woman inseminated with Kanye West's child, concubine. Guess what? If he wants any more kids, they'll look her up and pay her $2,000 a month for that. Kanye West has a concubine.
Yeah, they serve a purpose.
That don't mean it was fucking. That was artificial insemination.
Trust me, if I'm paying,
okay, but who paying for that pussy? Who paying for it? Who taking care of it? Who making sure everything?
He can go knock on her door late at night and tap that ass. Like that's
the whole point of the concubine. The concubine is another woman that you've chosen that's not your wife to take care of and to live and be beside you. She can stay in your house. She can, like I said before, she eat your food and everything. She get the same treatment as the rest of the family, except she has to take orders from the head wife. That's what she does. Yeah. One major difference, though, is when concubines have children, their children are not treated the same as the wife's children. And depending on what region of the world they live in, their children may not even be allowed to use the father's name.
Genghis Khan.
Depending on what part of the world you live in. So just like there are positives and negatives. So you got to know the inside. So concubines are not whores. They are not sluts. They're basically married but not married.
MOT.
And there's a go ahead.
No, I know, but we getting deep. Jay done sparked a fire in our soul.
I didn't spark a fire because you made me get on this show today.
I know, but this is a good topic. This is a good topic.
You brought up concubines. A lot of shit about concubines that people don't know about.
We done studied. We studied. We are articulate men.
Yeah.
MOT, you said, listen, you do not want it where your prized possession, because some men, I'm not gonna say all men, hold their main woman as their pride possession.
I'm possessive. I won't lie.
Okay, that I want you to understand. A lot of men, they may not say it, but they're pretty possessive about another man on their stomping grounds, i.e., their woman. Okay.
Yep.
MOT, why speak on it? Why do you feel that because Jay said that would attack your masculinity should not be bothered by another man coming up to your woman as if they had something going? Why would that, as you as a man, you got power and stature, why would that bother you?
The part that goes with her statement is the ... from a feminine perspective. That is the ... behind the statement. I don't disagree with her that my masculinity is caught up in that. It's just that we prize some possessions more than others. And to me, I prize my German asset more than other women. And I'm not going to be afraid to talk about it. Or even admit it, because there's nothing wrong with me by saying, yeah, all these other, Panamanians and, the like, they're nice for now, or as long as they last under the household and the workflow of the household. But it's just that, yeah, some things are just worth more.
Yep.
And women don't understand that because they don't have to earn sex. They really don't understand the concept of being seen in public with XYZ person. And that's nothing you can pretty much explain to a woman. There's nothing wrong with her understanding of our masculinity from that particular point of view, but that's how men view it.
Jay, do you feel that it's true what MOT just said about women don't have to earn? Like they can just, if they snap their finger, there is a man ready. Would that be true with you?
Always somebody.
But based on what y'all are saying today, no, it wouldn't be true because based on what y'all saying today, a woman sleeps with more than a couple guys, she's a hoe, and y'all gonna look at her as a hoe. So based on what you're saying,
nobody called her a hoe. Nobody called her a hoe on there.
No one said that. I specifically said that if he chooses to date her despite knowing her background, that's his prerogative.
I'm talking about everybody else, but go ahead.
I mean, did anybody call any woman a hoe on here as of
you did, Joe?
What did I call? What did I call the hoe?
I didn't say you called a person a hoe. I'm not saying you said, oh, that particular chick is a hoe. I'm saying you said that. No, you were talking about the slut walk. You were saying women being slutty. Yeah, y'all did.
Yeah, sluts.
Y'all did. Y'all low key called promiscuity. Y'all did.
Hold on. What did they call themselves on the slut walk? What did they call themselves?
They call themselves hoes.
But I'm just saying. My point is to answer the question. Based on what you guys are saying, it's what I'm saying is based on what y'all are saying. It's like you're like, oh, well, man has to earn a stature. You're basically saying a man don't want to walk around with a woman that's perceived to be a hoe.
Obviously.
So that means that the woman that's perceived to be a hoe is also that's a stature thing. So basically, it's hypocritical what you're saying.
How is it hypocritical?
Go ahead.
I'm confused.
Jay,
how is it hypocritical?
So am I. Go ahead. Continue.
Jay, do you have any dudes on the side that you can call up at will?
Josiah, my number is way past 10, so it don't matter. Go ahead.
Yes or no?
No.
I got plenty of dudes I could call, but what?
Okay, so they hoes then. Then they hoes.
They hoes too. Y'all know.
If you see them, if you in the neighborhood and all your homegirls in the neighborhood see them dudes coming to your house all the time, then they gonna see them as hoes. They gonna see them as slutty dudes.
Do y'all people live in? I've never lived in a town. Maybe that's just a small town mentality. Like I was saying to Joe earlier, I think we just come from two different worlds because ain't nobody peeping out the way. This is like some small town shit. I think maybe is what it is, and maybe that's why my mind is a little bit different.
Brothers take notes. Brothers take notes.
Brothers.
All time.
Jay, you literally said you could call a dude up. Do you know how
hoes on the side?
Men can't just do that.
But Josiah, it's already been established. I'm a hoe. So
who called you a hoe? What? Who called you a hoe?
Joe, I could pull up my text message. I can pull up my text messages right now. But I'm just saying. But the point is, the only thing is, does that mean that I'm not? But that's what I'm saying, and that's why I kind of get offended by it. I'm doing this as a single woman. I'm a single woman, so I do what I want. Now that doesn't mean that when I meet somebody, do you think I'm gonna still be fucking around with do you think I'm still be fucking around with this dude or that dude? No,
if he don't act right, if you don't act right,
the guy you meet doesn't know. He doesn't know what you gonna be like.
But he doesn't know what I'm doing. But
he don't know that you got a past to be in a hole and shit like that.
But at the same time, nobody knows what anybody's gonna be like when you first meet them.
See, that's the thing. You never know who's watching you, though. See, that's what I'm saying. Rumors get around the area.
So basically, you're the nosy neighbor that looks out the window, like him. Okay.
I mean, you say it like that's not a thing. Like people, you got nosy ass people
like
everywhere.
I'm saying.
Thank you for the nosy neighbors.
Thank you for that's
that girl right there. You might want to watch out for that girl right there, because I be seeing her. You never know.
Tell me, nigga. If you see something,
almost caught me slipping. Tell me, please let me know. Please
let me know. Guys don't got damn hands on each other. It's like, hey, man, you might not want to mess with that girl, bro. She was messing out with this dude. You know, it's like, oh, good looking out, bro. I know not to fuck with her now. Like guys do that shit. Women do it too. So it's not like it's something that people don't do. And the shit passing around, whether you think people talking about you or not, 9 times out of 10, if you know them amongst a lot of other people, your name gonna be coming around. Or if not your name, a description of you. So yeah, he may not know you, but he may find out about you at a later date and be like, oh shit, oh fuck. All right, yeah, I gotta cut this off. You know, if he decided he ain't trying to make it no serious thing with somebody who's known and around the hood, then no. He's not. He might break it up, or he might just be that thirsty and stick around any damn way because it's like, well, shit, free pussy, easy pussy. Like, it's whatever. It depends on how he look at it, how he view it. But if you know him for being a hoe, then you can't be mad at a dude who decided, oh, well, shit, no, I don't want used goods. You can't be mad at him for that. Just like a woman could be like, well, shit, I don't want this dude. He been fucking around with a bunch of other bitches. It's the same vice versa. I don't see why the rules
my feelings don't get involved enough to be mad at any dude. But anyway,
why the rules got to change?
Let's ask that question. I'm gonna ask that question.
And then if you lie up front, a dude would never know though.
Exactly. Oh, Frank, he don't know. He won't know until you find out later on.
I guess.
But
what's the question?
Let's ask, the thing about I want to ask is this. Let's talk about let's say at the workplace, but we know a lot of crazy shit happen at the workplace.
Now, first of all, you never shit where you eat. But go ahead.
Niggas don't get that memo. Niggas don't get that memo.
That's like rule number one. No, I may be a lot of things. I may be a lot of things, but I don't never ever fuck around people I work with.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. But let's look at that, because if we go off of what we were talking about yesterday, the talking point was it shouldn't matter, because honestly, if you're not emotionally attached, then you fucking anybody at the workplace, it should not bother you. Right?
Okay, I guess.
Right?
Shouldn't.
It's guys. It shouldn't, according to that logic.
But let's look at this.
Really like,
but at the same time, like I said, you don't shit where you eat, for the simple fact that that, like, kind of like what Leica was saying, like, oh, because people talk and whisper or whatever. So now it's like your job. The point about that is your job is at stake. If a motherfucker want to talk about me in the street, that's one thing. But if they're not paying my bills, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The difference with fucking with around somebody that you work with and people want to whisper and talk, you can lose your job over that shit. That's the difference.
Yep. Haven't people fucked around not at the work site and they still lost their job because of their promiscuous ways?
Yep.
I mean,
they could not
how so? It depends on the kind of job. I mean, what kind of job are we talking here? I mean, if you're talking about a public servant,
get caught up in that shit.
Yeah. If you're talking about a public servant, yes, we talking about 90% of motherfuckers that work a regular job. We're not talking about that 1%.
It all comes down to the employer and how they feel about that shit, because they may not be cool with knowing that their employees fucking around, even if they ain't got caught doing nothing at the job. But just the fact that it's going around, like, that's a disturbance. Because rumors spread, people start talking and running their mouth and shit like that, and then it don't look good for business, especially when you're doing customer service. That's what most niggas at, customer service, So it's not a good look from a business standpoint, especially when it spreads around and then your business become attached to that rumor for where they located at. So yeah, they're gonna try to get rid of them. Whether you doing something at the job or not, just knowing you messing around with a fellow employee might be enough for a boss to consider letting you go. You know. So I mean, it happens. Some people been fired because of shit just like that. They ain't did nothing at work, but because they was messing around with somebody at the job, you know, and they boss just have it. They might have got a report. Somebody might have said some shit, you know, and it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna fire him. I mean, a lot of dudes been unjustly fired for shit that didn't even happen. But just because rumors done spread around and it done got around to the point where the boss can't ignore it no damn more, now he got to do something about it. He can't just ignore it because it done got too big. And it happened at all kinds of jobs. It's not even just one type of job. It's all kinds of jobs that happen. It happen at any damn job. That's why I know, honestly, I'm on the team of guys who feel like, you know, guys working together with women is not always a great idea, depending on what kind of work they're doing. I feel like it's too risky for one, because if a dude see a girl that he like or a girl see a dude that she like, she may be compelled to want to flirt, especially if they work at the same damn job for who know how many damn years. They see these people, they get to know these people outside their family. They're not family, but they know these people. You can't help but bond and get to know people that you work with on a regular basis. And if you're attracted to somebody, you damn sure gonna make sure you get to know them even better than you would the average person. And so, yeah, one day you might even decide to flirt a little bit, or you may not even realize and catch yourself, and you may say some shit like that, you know? And depending on who you're dealing with, it can turn into something or it cannot. Like, shit go unknown for a long time, depending on how the people is or where you at.
You actually have to sign off on that in work handbook in the job. I actually had to sign off on if you choose to start a relationship with someone that works here, you have to let management know.
What? God damn.
See what I'm talking about? But see, guys use the thing that concerns me the most, and one thing that really bothered me was seeing so many unjust firings from simple accusations. Unjust firings for simple just reports that were not even verified to be true. But because it was said word of mouth, then that's all they needed to know to fire this dude. No matter how long he's been working, no matter how good he is at his job, but because this chick said, oh, he did this, you know, and he's been doing it for who knows how long, or I mean, now don't get me wrong, there are times when some assholes need to be fired because they do be messing with women, and sometimes women are afraid to say something, and thankfully eventually like they manage to get that shit taken care of. But there are cases where women have been taking advantage of that and been abusing it and have gotten people fired just because, you know, for who knows what reason. She may like this dude and he not, you know, reciprocating on her advances. He ain't about that shit. He a married man, or who knows, whatever reason. And she's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna tell the boss that you touched me. That's all they need.
I mean, I fixed that in my work environment. I can tell you what.
I'm just saying, like,
how did you fix that at your work environment?
Yeah, how did you fix that? I want to hear it. What's your solution?
It's very clear. There are no. You keep them around. Trust me. But what you do is you fire both parties.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fire both parties.
You're both fired.
Okay.
Because we don't holler at people within the work environment. I tell people, hey man, conversation's running a little long there, Chief. Move along, bro. Move along.
I like that.
I like that. That's professional. I like that.
So, here's the thing. I know most people meet at work and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? If you really want to pursue this person this bad, okay,
do it somewhere else.
I'm gonna make it so unbearable for y'all to be there. I'm like, okay, all right. So what y'all talk about this week? So how the relationship's going? Cause you ain't about to get me sued, partner. That's just the way this is gonna work. You ain't about to have nobody up in here. I'm not about to get sued for millions. Nothing. It's very clear. Yeah, I know these women look amazing. I know that's why I hired them for half the reason. But if you date them, things go wrong, you're both fired. You're both indefinitely suspended because you broke company politics. Because nobody dates within this work environment. I don't think dating within
a solution right there.
And guess what? A lot of CEOs are taking me seriously when I say this. Somebody's pregnant within the work environment. hey, we all of a sudden like, oh, okay, so how y'all get together? How that work? Okay, so when it goes wrong, all right, you both fired. I'm just saying, whatever happens, you better make sure that it works out. Because if it don't, you're both gone. Because I'll make sure, damn, I don't have this stuff going on in the work environment. I'm okay with it. But guess what? It's all about risk. And I don't want to deal with risky ass situations for things that I don't need to be involved in. I know how people will look at it. Well, what about love? I'm like, dude, listen, man. You ain't never been staring down some lawsuit over hundreds of thousands of dollars over a girl who decided, like, other type of situation. Yeah, it's obvious. You turn it over to the police. But stuff you can't turn over to the police or the stuff you get sued for.
Yep.
Because in a court of law, when it comes to small claims court or even larger claims than small claims court, the burden of proof is pretty ridiculous. And if I have somebody sign off that they were never to be dating anybody within this work environment for any reason, and I get your signature on it every single year that you're working here, I'm protected. It's all about me being protected. I don't give a shit about these people's lives. Outside of what they produce for me, man, I don't give a fuck about that. I know, sad but true, but hey, it's the way to protect the business from fucking bullshit. Because I've ran into this too many times where I had to pay unemployment to motherfuckers who surfed in the situation, know their performance wasn't up to date. Turns out she was fucking somebody in the office and thought she was going to stay. Had to get fired, turn around. Oh, the inappropriate relationships going on. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. You know what? You're only going to need to go through that once. Like, look, you date somebody, that's on you. It's kind of like, the lifeguard at the goddamn pool. There's no lifeguard on duty, but that's your ass if you step into that fucking water and with nobody on duty. You know that shit's on you. That's how I handle it. And it works. So, I'm sorry to make it all like that.
Jay, I'm going to ask you there.
I'm sorry, I dozed off damn near. What's up?
I'm going to ask you. Wow. No. It's okay. It's okay. I'm asking Jay, do you feel that is unfair? And I'm gonna have Healthy respond to it. Jay, do you feel like there's unfair standards for women having multiple mates like men do? Do you feel that there's like the scales
absolutely
unfair?
based on this panel alone? Absolutely. Go ahead, Healthy.
What's the question?
Healthy, do you feel like Jay said that it is unfair for women are, I guess how she said like this panel alone that they are, there's a bias about women having multiple mates. Do you feel that that's accurate or, that's kind of misleading?
Yeah, I mean, there is a bias. It is accurate. It's understandable. I just wish that women that were sluts and hoes just play their position. And not try to jump on the side of the fence where the cupcakes and the sweethearts at. I just wish they just stay in their position and just be happy with that. You like to fuck, you like to do you, fine, but don't be trying to seek a husband and all these type of things. Like, just do you. Do you. Don't be trying to don't do that. Because I'm gonna pick up on it, me personally. You can tell me for or whatever, I'm gonna know what it is as soon as I get into a relationship with you. I'm gonna know what it is. I'm gonna find out. You can lie all you want. You can lie all you want to lie. I'm gonna know what it is just in your mannerisms.
Lie down and spread them so I can
how
expect.
masculine you is when we talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I know
how much experience a chick has with guys just by how she deal with you on a regular basis.
I know what I'm dealing with. I know if I got a hoe on my hands or not. You can't hide being no hoe. I'm damn near 40 years old.
I can't deal with you.
Yeah, you can't tell him.
That's not Jay.
I'm just
do you
saying.
feel what he said is bullshit about a woman cannot hide her promiscuous behavior, or a man can't hide that shit? Do you feel that that's inaccurately true? Because just like you showed me, and I got to pull up the date. I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Only time you can catch a nut is when I got my finger in your ass. Really? What the hell going on, girl? You been around the block. Where they do that at?
Well,
I'm gonna back off the gas pedal.
No, but Jay said this, and I'm a quote. that you as men should not be concerned about how many partners. If she is focused on you, how many?
But what are we trying to do here? Like, what is her goal of being with me? Like, okay,
are you talking about like a relationship, or you just talking about
like, what do you want? Like, what are you looking for? You just want to? We can just play your position. We can still fuck around.
Okay.
Read the rest of the question.
I feel like what Jay trying to get at it shouldn't matter how many people she has, because I'm with you. I'm talking to you.
Okay, well then, okay, but then that's very hypocritical because it always matters how many women we've been with.
To me, it doesn't. But go ahead.
I mean, okay, maybe.
Jay, you said so. Okay, so Dave, a guy been with 100 dudes. It should not. It doesn't matter to you.
Oh,
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Wow. Okay.
Like him, quiet. Jay. This
it doesn't. Actually... To me, like I said, I'm at a certain age, and y'all, most of y'all are younger than me. Maybe it's an age thing, I don't know, but I'm at the point in life where honestly, like I said, if we get along, we click. You know,
I'm saying,
to me, that's
what
just.
Are we doing?
What do you mean? What are we doing?
You saying that we click, we chill.
We click. I mean, as far as a relationship,
are we trying to get married or?
Relationship. She said relationship.
A relationship. I mean, I've been married before, so a marriage to me isn't necessarily a. Okay. If I've been married already, so to me, if a dude wants, if his put it like this, it's not a deal breaker for me either way. Could I get married again? Yes. Is it necessary that I want to get married again? Not necessarily.
Understood.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a been there, done that kind of thing. So what I'm saying is that, as far as a relationship is concerned, yes, like I said, I'm just at a point in my life where, again, if we click and we get along and we have similar interests and this, that, and the third, the chick she was with before me, that was before me. I'm not worried about said proverbial chick coming up to me in the grocery store, because as a man, you should be able to control that situation, and vice versa. As a woman, I would be able to control said situation. Ain't no nigga gonna walk up on me in the grocery store thinking they gonna talk greasy to me. No,
I have a
that's
question.
not gonna how it's gonna work.
I have a question too.
I have a question.
Yeah, but you can't.
Jesse, go ahead.
So if a brother comes to you, right, and he says that he used to be homosexual for 10 years.
What is it with you and the homosexuality thing? That's irrelevant, Jesse. That's irrelevant. And I said that to you at the beginning of the show. A homosexual. We're talking about women. We're talking about regular heterosexual. No. Don't because we're talking about heterosexual situations. Period. We're talking about heterosexuals. Right, go ahead. If it's about homosexuality, I don't want to hear it. So go ahead.
So if a brother comes up to you and he says he's lived a homosexual lifestyle for 10 years, but he's delivered now. He's delivered.
I'm not a Christian, so I wouldn't be fucking with him anyway.
I am delivered.
I wouldn't be. I'm not a Christian.
What you trying to say here? Born again virgin?
Right, he's delivered. I wouldn't be. I'm not a Christian, so I wouldn't be fucking with him anyway. A, B, like I said, get off the homosexuality.
How wouldn't you be messing with him? You don't know this until y'all are in a relationship. Y'all are clicking. Would that be?
That would have been a question. That would have been a question from the first.
Why is that?
Why is that a question? If he was a Christian,
and having
because if he was a Christian, he was born again. Because if he was a Christian, he was again. We're taking homosexuality off the table. I don't know what your obsession is with gay men, but we're taking homosexuality off the table because we're talking about heterosexual.
I think there's going to be a topic for another time.
We're talking about heterosexual relationships. So
this is my thing.
B, no. Let me finish. B, as far as somebody being born again, if they were a born again Christian, guarantee they're going to be saying that shit on the second date, if not the first date. So therefore, I'm not a Christian. So I wouldn't be dealing with them. So it wouldn't even gotten to the point of a relationship.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Who said anything about Christianity though?
You just said born again.
I said delivered. I didn't say born again.
That
he trying to say that the dude was gay. That he not gay.
Listen to the overall
now he was gay and he was not. And the reason why this correlates because it all correlates with sexual history. You're trying to make the point that sexual history shouldn't
we're talking.
Matter.
You know what? For the sake of this conversation, Jesse, we're talking about heterosexuality. For the sake of this,
Okay,
Why can't you answer the question? Though? Why can't you answer the question?
Because why are we bringing gay? What is your why are you worried about what gay men? Because chances are, again, chances are that's not going to happen.
Why-
To be honest with you, chances
Okay,
are
but
that's
that
not
don't
going
answer
to
the
happen.
question.
It
That don't
is
answer the
And
something
I
that
don't need to
happens in
answer
the
the.
black
Okay, fine.
community
No,
with
I'm
down
not.
low
All
brothers.
right, I'm not.
It
Okay,
is
go
something
ahead.
that
Next
happens with
question.
down low brothers. It is a big deal.
It
Chances
is a
are
big
that's
issue,
not going to happen. Like I said, if a
Well,
dude
so
was
the
that's
gay
why
same
these
for
women
way,
10
getting lied
years,
to, and that's how
and this
AIDS
is
spread in the
okay,
black community.
this is
all
for the
right.
audience, right? This is for the audience. The same way a woman could lie about having 100 bodies is the same way a dude could lie about having a homosexual past. So it
Yep.
does correlate because you're trying to make the argument that well, she can just lie, where a dude can lie and say, he was straight.
But
for the
y'all
last 20
lie
years
too.
of
I
his
mean,
life.
y'all lie about dumb shit. So I mean,
And so
everybody lies.
the reason I'm tying this up is because if you have the right to know, the same way you have a right to know that a man had homosexual sexual history is the same way a man has the right to know your sexual history with other men and your body
Okay,
count
Jesse.
if they're pursuing
Do me
you
a favor.
for
How
marriage.
many? But here's the question though. If a man was gay for 10 years, you mean to tell me all of a sudden they just straight now? What are the chances of that really? What are the
But check this out.
chances?
Check
What
this
are
out.
the
Check this out.
chances of something like that happening? Come on,
I mean,
now.
you never know.
So if a woman
What are the chances? You have
so
a
if a
higher
woman
chance
was
of meeting a woman.
promiscuous for 10
You have a higher
years,
chance
all
of
of a sudden
meeting
she's
a
supposed to be monogamous and faithful?
You have a higher chance of meeting a promiscuous woman than a person that was gay for 10 years. I'm just saying.
So if a woman was promiscuous for 10 years, all of a sudden she's supposed to be faithful in that new relationship with you.
If a woman was single for 10 years, I mean,
so that automatically makes her faithful.
But what's considered promiscuous? But what's considered what
She's
does
not
that
even
automatically
faithful to
make a man
herself.
faithful? But
She's not
does
even
that
faithful to
Oh,
herself.
you want to know what's
But does that automatically make a
considered
man faithful
promiscuous?
though?
A slut. That's
So
what's
if you
considered
so if
promiscuous.
you were community dick for 10 years, does that make you faithful?
Probably not.
Why are you answering?
Why would you want to
questions
be
with
in a
another
relationship
question?
with a guy that's community dick?
Exactly.
I already told you my answer to that. Y'all keep asking me the same 5 questions. I already told you my
I've been
answer
trying
to
to
that.
ask one question.
You haven't
ain't got to
answered
ask
them.
my question.
I did answer it like 20 minutes ago. Go ahead.
Why would
What
a
is your
woman want to
question?
be in a relationship with a man that is community dick?
Community dick get married every day, B. Hoes get wife every day, B. I'm
Don't
just
answer the
saying.
question.
What did I say? What did I say
man.
20 minutes ago? 20 minutes ago, I said, if you're with me, you with me. That's the answer.
But was this
You keep saying I'm not
about,
answering the
like,
question. I
women
am
in-
answering the question.
Was this topic about women in general, or was this about Jay? Because we all know Jay's background. I don't even see how her particular background really correlates with what the general, people we talking about. We talk about women who may or may not actually be hoes. We talk about women who want to hook up with another dude and ask him all the questions about his damn personal history and who he been with, but feel like he don't have the right or shouldn't ask her about her personal history and who she been with. Now
All I said was I'm not going to ask the question. Me personally, I wouldn't ask the question about their partner.
Yeah, but we talk. But as I said when I first came in, we're not talking about somebody like yourself who's already been around the block and been, who's already established in the holding. We're talking about somebody we don't know about like that, and we don't know what their background like. That's the point. We don't know. So yes, we have a right to ask them.
I'm not
just
trying
like
to
they have a
catch
right
I
to
guess.
out here.
I'm just trying to figure out if y'all got more than y'all basically asked me the same question 5 different ways.
Trying to get burnt.
Everybody, calm down. I'm trying to let y'all have the floor of the show for this tonight. I want y'all to run the show. I'm trying to do other things and get things fixed up on the computers. Can y'all run the show, but not kill each other and argue?
It's all love.
Okay, well here's the thing.
Please,
Jay, I have a question.
Is it going to be the same question that Jesse and Mario asked me? Because seriously,
please
I'm
ask
over
diverse
it.
questions of Jay. She's trying to answer y'all. She's working with y'all.
Okay.
Answer the question. Of course.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, and it's gonna be so relevant to what we just talked about when it comes to body count and how body count is perceived between men and women. Jay, let's say you catch some trash dick. Are you not gonna ask this guy, how many fucking women have you been with?
No.
Do you even know what the fuck you're doing? That never.
Nope. I've had trash dick. I've never asked. Some motherfuckers get by on trash dick. No, never.
All right.
Wow.
Just like you know how many women get by on not giving head. Don't know
hell
how.
no. Hell
So
no.
Oh, so
but I'm gonna
you
know
said
that the dick was. But the thing is, I'm gonna know that the dick was trash before we was in a relationship, though.
How?
So
How would you know?
because we would have had sex before we was in a actual relationship. I mean, what do you?
Oh
What is? I'm sure.
wow.
I mean, how many? What do you think? Do
So
you go on
if
2
you
dates?
would
You're in a
rather,
relationship.
you would rather just go
I
straight
don't
into
go on
the
no date
bedroom
unless
with
she
the
my
dude.
woman.
You like? Hold on, I just want to make. I want to clarify this. You telling us that you would rather just jump straight into the bed with a dude without asking him any questions first?
I didn't say that. Where did I say that?
But that's basically what
That's
you're
not what I
implying, though,
said.
because
No, that's not what I
we're
said.
trying to figure out what you would do before you even get
Is
to that point. And you
this? Can I
saying
ask a
that
question? Is this Attack Jay's lifestyle day
no,
You put
Jay made it
yourself
or?
up.
out there like that
Hold on.
though.
It wasn't about Jay's lifestyle, but Jay made
You
it
put
about Jay's
yourself out
lifestyle.
like
Because
that.
no,
You
y'all
put
did.
yourself into that. We was talking about women, and you kept saying,
All right, well, y'all continue. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves then. Go ahead.
We was
Because y'all
asking
go
you
ahead.
as
No, no,
a
no,
We
no.
need
woman.
that
I'm done.
balance, man. Come
I'm
on,
done.
man.
I'm
G,
done.
come on,
Go.
man.
I'm done. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves and continue
Oh
bashing
man.
women. Go ahead.
Oh,
This isn't about bashing
wow. Oh
women. See, now you just taking a whole other direction now.
no. Come on.
Answering questions with questions and then making it all about yourself, but then get mad when you can't handle all the questions that's coming your way. It's not fair, Jay, because we have to deal with your questions and when you bashing dudes with your personal opinions. So like you can't be afraid to take the heat when you're in the same kitchen
Doing the cooking.
doing the damn cooking. This is about women. We talking about women. You're the woman on the panel.
Come on,
Everybody
G.
who's
Come
listening,
back,
everybody
baby
who's
girl.
listening in,
Come on
expecting
back.
the woman on the panel to have an opinion and say something. But if you make it about yourself and you add your personal stuff to it, then we're gonna respond to that personal stuff. Clearly, there's no other woman to talk to on the panel. It's just you.
This is the thing, though, right? As a man or a woman, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, but you have to be prepared for the consequences of those actions at the end of the day.
Everything has consequences.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you want to be, promiscuous, that's on you. But the majority of men is not gonna wife a woman that's promiscuous that they know are promiscuous.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you think they be
And
lying to hide
you can't change how men assess your value as a woman, just like men can't change how women assess their value upon us. You know what I'm saying? There's just a set list of criterias that the opposite sex is looking for in a mate at the end of the day. And it just is what it is. It's called marketplace value. You know what I'm saying? Dating marketplace value. And that just is what it is.
Yeah.
People could be hurt on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
All
I know is, man, as a polygamous man, I don't date. I only date my woman. If you're my woman, then we going on a date.
Exactly.
I don't date to just see who can work out and who don't work out. Fuck this chick and hopefully it's good and we can start a relationship. Hopefully it'll work. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? If she tell me she's dating, I don't fuck with her. Because I already know what it is. She on the cock carousel. She on the cock carousel. Well, I'm supposed to fuck you better than everybody else for hopes of a relationship with you and respect you after that? Why they do that at?
And that goes back to even what I said a few moments ago. Like if you've been promiscuous all this time, just fucking any and everything, how am I supposed to believe? How should I have faith? People say, right, the biggest predictor of future behavior is a person's past. How the hell am I going to believe that for 10, 20, 15 years you were promiscuous, but all of a sudden you meet me and you're going to be monogamous? Like that doesn't make sense.
It don't make sense, but in the fantasy world it do.
Ain't that where a lot of relationships end up being in the fantasy world?
Exactly.
It started in the fantasy world. Shit, half the time you in a relationship and you don't even know your ass in the damn relationship. Be getting mad about shit that you ain't even like. Hold on, what the fuck? Like you ain't my woman. What you mad for? You know, like that, a lot of dudes end up real confused and not know what the fuck going on. Is because in her head, y'all together. In your head, you may be dating. What men consider together and dating may not be on the same board as well. Other women, the woman.
So Doug has a question. Doug wants to know if you don't date, so you have have sex. So How do you meet, Doug? I'm misunderstanding your question.
I
So
need
are
to know
you
she's ready to be a wife.
are you a prearranged? You arrange marriages?
No, I don't. That's a question to me, right? No, I don't arrange marriages. I just know what's her purpose to be fucking with me in the first place. I'm not going to be in a long list of niggas she's dating. She needs to be really single.
In other words, he do his research first and
Yeah.
find out what she all about.
I don't
Yeah,
know
like
I don't know if I asked your question correctly, Doug.
okay. Yeah,
But
Doug, clarify that, bro.
Be very clear with your wording.
Yeah, if she's single, she needs to really be single.
No, I mean, no, that's not Doug's question. Doug's question is
A
clearly,
lot of women that say they single
you
while
do not
fucking with like
date
5, 6 other dudes.
when you have
Exactly.
sex
I call
one
that
day.
the niggas in the bushes theory. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
that's not
That all
single.
kind of niggas in the
so
trees
basically,
and shit.
so basically what y'all are saying is that a woman should just sit in the house and wait for some magical man to come along. We shouldn't date. We should just go straight
I
into
ain't
a
gonna tell you what
relationship.
to do. I'm just saying what I'm looking for. I'm just saying what I'm looking for and what I deal with. I'm not dating you
No, but
unless
that
you
question
belong
is
to
for
me.
everybody else though too.
Okay. Go ahead,
Oh,
brother.
okay. Who's next?
Any serial daters out there? Got money
Yeah.
to waste like
Yeah.
that? Got time to waste like that?
Not this guy.
There's
Like
But that's how you
where do
find
they
who you
where they
want to be with by dating people though. So that's why I'm
Yep.
we're going
confused
to
as
get to
like
the
where
question.
if
Like,
that's how you date to find
Yeah.
out if you're going to go forward with a
No,
relationship.
me personally,
That's what
I
I'm
don't do that.
saying.
I just don't do that.
Me
I'm
personally,
talking to everybody else.
Okay.
I don't make all that. I don't make my money to waste. So no,
So how do you know if you want to be in a relationship with someone? You just
because I
like
talk to
hit them
them
over the head
and
and drag them?
I find out what what I need to know
I mean,
about them, and I make sure I do my damn research. And if we on the same board, we on the same track, how we feel about each other, then yeah, we can start something. But as for
Yeah.
going out looking for people and just dating and spending all my
Yeah, I
goddamn
don't
money,
do that shit. I
hard-earned
don't
money
do that
on
shit.
that shit, no, I'm not wasting my money on that. No,
let me
that's
reclarify
all
Doug.
dating is a waste of goddamn money
Okay.
Go ahead, MOT.
with
Doug
no
said,
guarantees.
do not date. Do you have sex? Then date. When does it become dating to you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Came from Doug.
When does it become dating to me?
Yes.
It's after we're together. If I'm in it, I own it. That's how I do it. If she is my woman, then we're going on a date as, you know what I'm saying, man and woman. We're together. We're in a relationship. That's what I spend my money on.
Exactly.
All right. So you're saying that you fuck first, then y'all go out on a date if everything matches up.
If it it ain't no fuck
Nah.
first type situation. If it happens, it happens. But you know what I'm saying? We got to have that type of connection for us to be fucking around like that in the first place.
In other words, you off the market if you with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a married polygamous man, so it's like, yeah, technically I'm off the market. I don't have time to waste like that. I can't just date random females to find out who can be my next wife. I just cannot do that.
But I want to ask that question to Jesse though, because we already know what your thing is, Mario. So I want to ask that question to Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's not
Jesse?
there. Figures.
Come on, man.
Anybody else you want to direct that question at?
I mean, my situation is probably very close to Jay's situation for fully clear.
Right.
But it's just that I just don't see the need or the use for doing all this type of stuff. But what I want to get out of it, women who I accept and women who I don't. So it just really doesn't even matter at this point in time. I'm not gonna get played. No way. You want to be kept? Let's go in for some surgical sterilization. That's what
Damn.
Yeah, I go in for it. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? There, I mean,
it's not
in this
everybody.
lifestyle, there is a need for a certain type of women that's hoish like that, and we call them concubines, and they do serve a purpose. But it's not going to take time, money, and energy away from my household to knock that off. You feel me? It's just not. So that's how I do it, man. I don't have no time for that shit, man. That dating shit, that shit need to be thrown out the window, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I understand it, but you look at all these, quote dating horror stories about. I went with 250 guys, and I never. And I'm like, man.
Nigga done spent $75 at Red Lobster, can't even smell the pussy. Hell no. Hell no. What the fuck I look
Man,
like?
you know, cheddar biscuits and like endless shrimp, which is them salad shrimp shit. You pay like fucking $75 for that shit. Nigga,
Man,
you
fill
feel
up all the damn biscuits. You can order them.
I'm having flashbacks. That's why I'm laughing, dog.
Like, you want some lemon with the water? Get fancy with it. Put some lemon in there.
Delete all day long for a while, man.
Dating
And I went for like five like significant big motherfuckers, and I'm like, man, look, you know you don't fucking look like this, yo, and you know that I am still gonna eat at your breakfast.
So, what is your definition? Well, Jesse, I guess I don't know. Maybe he got overwhelmed because of the gay thing. But
girl, you a
what
trip,
is
man.
your
You
definition?
You a trip, man. I'll just
Well, I
let you
mean,
know
I'm saying he seemed to be. I'm saying shit. He ain't here. I'm saying he seemed to be pretty obsessed with the whole homosexuality thing.
Lord,
I just dropped my
have
headset.
mercy.
Hold on.
Lord have
But
mercy.
anyway, the next question was the term. I guess Doug wants to know is what is the definition of a relationship? Because what he's saying is that is the terminology varying from person per person? Because what I was saying, my whole point was what you were like, you know, to get on the homosexual thing and all that other stuff. Is like, by the time I got into a relationship with you, I'm already going to pretty much, that means we were already dating up until the relationship. That means that I was getting to know you at some point, just like if the sex was bad or whatever. We probably had sex at some point within us dating.
But in your case, you was dating other guys at the same time, right?
It depends. I mean, not necessarily. If I just met you, so if I just met you yesterday, we just met, and it's like, hey, I want to take you out on Saturday. Okay.
All right.
I might not go. I might not. Hold on. I might not. If I'm already talking to people, I'm not gonna just say, oh, this might be the one, and I'm gonna cut off anybody else that I'm talking to.
So how much time you gonna give me until I hit it?
Who? You? It don't matter because apparently if we have sex, we in a relationship.
Yeah,
apparently, according to you, if we have sex, we already in a relationship.
We go together.
I'm saying.
I mean, I'm playing with him on that one. Like, off the market if you with me. Like, ain't know with the other dudes, none of that shit. Like,
I need to know you're single.
But my point, but the way you sound though, like, and it's like you go out with that chick one time, and it's like y'all already in a relationship. You
because I'm really careful. Yeah, I'm really careful, man. I need to know she's really single because the things because the shit I like to do, I ain't trying to follow behind another nigga. You know what I'm saying?
The way I look at it, because of the type of person that I am. I'm very I'm careful and I take my time getting to know what I need to know about this person. I don't need to go on 5, 6, 7 dates to know whether I want to fuck with this chick.
I need a couple conversations.
All I need is one good date to know whether me and you gonna be able to click. Because for one, I don't got no problem asking questions. I ask you a million goddamn questions, whether you comfortable with them or not. And if you're serious about me, you serious about this whole quote unquote dating thing, then you shouldn't have a problem answering questions because the whole point is getting to know the other person.
I think there's a difference between exclusively dating and just dating. That's parameters that would be had. That's a conversation. That's a conversation. That's a conversation.
It's all the same.
That's a conversation.
Exclusively dating and then just dating, like it's not.
Those are two different things. Those are definitely two different things. I was dating a guy who was seeing other people. We were dating. We were seeing other people. We weren't exclusive to each other.
Well, see that.
What was?
But we were dating because we saw each other on a regular basis.
What was the purpose?
Yeah. What was the point then? Just the fuck?
I mean, because ultimately, one of us was looking to possibly get into a relationship. So we kept dating. I mean, we both moved on from that situation. But I'm just saying, it's not like it's like, oh,
that's going to happen. That's going to happen the majority of the time because a nigga gonna say what he need to say to get that pussy. He gonna.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, we dated for a while. I mean, we dated for a while.
A nigga can do that for 10 years. A nigga can do that for 10, 20 years.
Yeah, so long as he getting it, then
basically if he got other women,
he need to change anything.
See what I'm saying?
You are absolutely correct, Doug. Doug said, I hate to tell you, all women are talking to multiple men until they decide if they're going to be monogamous.
Okay,
And
well,
Doug,
that's the woman
honestly,
you deal with. That's the woman
Doug,
you deal with.
honestly, that was my entire. That
That's
was
who you
actually my
deal with.
entire.
I don't deal with those types.
Doug, that was actually my entire
So,
point from the beginning, and I wish
I-
Jesse would come back to because
I
I
don't.
would like his input as well because we
Yeah.
already know your input, Mario.
Yeah, I don't
But
deal with those types, man.
I'm just saying that was basically my entire point from the beginning is that most people, not just women, most people are talking to multiple people except for you, Mario. This
Oh, I'm
doesn't
about to
apply
say
to
I
you.
don't.
We know you've said that about 10 times. We know. So most people are talking to multiple people while they're dating. In general, that's what I'm saying. Until they decide, like, hey,
who got time to waste like that?
Yeah, not everybody
Not
has
me.
time for that.
But it goes
Already
back
have
to the
people
theme
love
about.
that.
But it goes back to the point about getting to know someone. How are you getting to know someone? You just bump them over the head, and like I said, it's almost like I kind of feel like you and Lycan. It's almost like I kind of feel like you and Lycan just hit some chick over the head and say, "Okay, I like you, you like me. Okay, we're gonna be in a relationship."
I just find the type that's ready to be wifed up, and their lifestyles lead that, and everything about them say that. So come on the board, sister.
I take the time to talk and I get to know. Like you won't even like half the time. I spend a lot of time getting to know you either on the phone or wherever meeting we met at or something like that. Even if it was in person, I'm talking, right? I'm getting to know. If I'm interested, then I'm getting to know you. If she's interested, she's gonna ask questions. That's what women do. They're gonna ask questions. They're gonna try to get to know you. They're gonna try to get to learn some personal shit about you. That's the first sign you know that they're interested in you, right? And if that continue and it's working vice versa, then yeah, you talking, you get to know each other. I'm the type of person that like I'm an intellectual at heart. I will learn so much shit about you in one conversation. You won't even know how much shit you don't talk about yourself. By the time you even decide for yourself that you want to date, I already know everything I need to know. I already know whether I want to fuck with you or not.
And in my culture, I believe in meeting the father, meeting the parents, meeting the cousins, meeting the sister. I throw myself in all of that shit. I need to know who I'm dealing with. I need to know who I'm dealing with. Because grandma ain't gonna lie to you. Grandma ain't gonna lie to you. Grandma ain't gonna lie to you. Son, she a hoe. So you need to be careful, son.
Yeah.
Watch yourself, brother. She's a live wire, brother. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I was raised like in the old school generation kind of thing.
Yeah.
That whole that dating around and fucking with other people and shit like that.
Yeah. My grandparents raised me not to date.
Raised.
I was raised not dating. That's old school shit, man. We don't date. We just I don't know.
It's just a waste of money and a waste of time. I don't
chicken,
like
wings, and fries.
There's no guarantee for marriage whatsoever. Like it's just a waste.
You could be in a relationship with somebody. There's no guarantee of marriage.
You right. You sure right about that.
Yeah, but I forgot I'm different, so I'm just
right. Like there are no guarantees in marriage. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, if you got into a relationship with somebody,
Doug, don't be a hater all your life.
You done passed that dating process.
What the talking about?
In a relationship.
Doug said, healthy. That's what you think. Women will have the guy friend zone guy, the fix it guy, the pay my bills guy, the go out to dinner guy, the fuck buddy guy, all while dating you, and will wean them off until she has the guy that can do it all. Damn, Doug, will you stop telling my secrets?
But I don't date though, Doug. I don't do that. That's what I'm saying. Doug. I deal with single women, Doug. Just because you like those type don't mean I like that type, Doug.
You like women that's still on the market, Doug? You like fuck around with sloppy seconds and thirds and fourths, Doug?
I'm a certified. I'm a certified Florida freak. I need her to be single because I know what I like.
But so Man of Tomorrow, you have a roster. So why is it that I'm wrong for having a roster than Man of Tomorrow? Where you at? You still here?
Good question.
Yes, I'm still here.
You have a roster, so it's wrong for me to have it. You have a roster, so do I. So what's the problem?
Yeah, but the perception is different in society. Yeah. You don't have to earn men. I have to earn for women to be in this bracket. That's the single point that you don't seem to be getting in this. And here's another thing that you seem to gloss over. Black women in general.
That I seem to gloss over. You know what, MOT, if you're going to start attacking me, you can really
man, you've been throwing bullets at us this whole damn
because I'm kind of tired of the attack.
How you feeling?
MOT only said one thing, man.
Let me ask the question. You glossed over the fact that somehow you would give people with trash dick so many chances to get their shit right.
I didn't say that.
He might change. Nigga might change. Nigga might change.
I didn't say. Where did I say? Can you tell me where I said that? I never said that. Because I would know that the dick was trash before I was in a relationship with him. That's what I said.
Okay. Okay.
So, this person said that, I don't know who you are, Strange Customs or whatever. He said a woman needs to be a virgin before marriage. Are you a virgin? Were you a virgin before marriage?
Jay, it's a simple question. How many chances would you give a trash big guy to get his shit together? Because
what do you mean get his shit together? Yeah. If he had trash, I mean, again, I just said we would probably be dating before we was in an actual relationship, though.
But I'm saying, if you a hoe and he got trash dick, can you work with him and teach him what he need to do?
Again, I would be. How many? Oh my God, y'all don't ask me to say. See, this is why I'm getting.
That never has been asked.
Because you know what? Because y'all have asked me the same like 5 questions.
Who asked that?
I already said like 20 minutes ago I would be having sex with him before we was actually in a relationship. If the sex didn't improve after a few times, then obviously maybe he wouldn't be the one I would be in a relationship with him.
If you fucking him, then he getting what he need. It don't matter.
So our Strange Customs. Are you African? He said, of course, he's not a virgin. He's a man, but he would expect his wife to be a virgin. You know what? I'm done with this conversation. I can't.
He's not a virgin. He a man. How does that be? Everybody.
Are you African?
See. The thing is,
finally
we have too many women trying to be men.
Oh boy.
A woman is not a man.
No, because I tried to ask him like 5 questions, and all of a sudden he pops back up out of nowhere.
You tried to ask me like 5 questions.
I tried to talk to you like 20 minutes ago, and you just popped up out of nowhere.
You slid for a minute, bro.
I was AFK. I was getting my grub on. Goddamn it.
You live in this, so he lives in this. Our Strange Customs person. He lives in the States.
So a woman. I mean, that's the issue. That's the issue. God damn it. Women trying to be men and expecting the same results. You don't have the same. You're not perceived as a man is. It doesn't matter if a man isn't a virgin and he wants the wife to be a virgin. That is allowed.
Not held to the same standards either.
You're not held to the same standards. That's just the bottom line. And we keep trying to put a square peg in a round hole. That's one of the main issues with American society.
It's kind of like a lineman in the wide receiver.
That's westernized, period.
The person, even though you play on the same team. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's why, you know what I'm saying? Men just gonna do what they gonna do, man. They gonna go abroad, they gonna find younger, they gonna do what they do. And,
see, when a woman finds out a man has multiple partners, like matter of fact, I watched a video the other day, and this shit was in Africa. They was like they asked women in Africa, how would you feel about if a man was a virgin? And most of the women was like, I don't want no virgin. You know what I'm saying? I want a man that know what he's doing.
Yeah, they want they don't want trash dick. They don't want trash dick.
And if you ask the men, would they deal with a woman that virgin? Shit, they'll pay top dollar for a goddamn virgin.
Yeah.
Well,
it's different.
The standards are just different. For like, no matter where you go in the world, the standards are gonna be different.
And sisters just accept it. Just accept it, sisters. That's all y'all gotta do.
But got this Me Too. We got this Me Too movement. Oh, I can do it too.
Okay.
I can have 100 partners.
Please do.
And
let
get
me just
married.
Make you my concubine and just be happy with that. Just be happy with
just have to accept
my concubine.
Just accept it. And there will be prefer women without
loyal concubines without talking.
And women prefer dudes that
So MOT. So I did a video with a brother named Hollow Solomon. I did an interview with him last night, and that was one of the things that he mentioned throughout the interview. And he's polygynous. Healthy.
So we use a different type of lingo, bro. My bad, man. Just like a little chick, you know what I'm saying, that's not worthy of being a wife, man, but you still hitting it and she faithful to you, bro.
And I'm not gonna lie, Healthy. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even have a damn
loyal hoe
as a concubine.
Yeah, there are loyal hoes out there, bro. Believe it or not. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even have a damn concubine as a whole, to be honest with you. Now,
Okay,
if she's sexy and she knows what she's doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but
Right.
if you ask me what I take on a chick that has 200 bodies as a
Oh,
concubine,
no. Hell no.
Oh, hell
Yeah, I'm not
no.
I
talking
mean,
about
You
just. I'm not
imagine
talking
what it
about
looks
no
like down
damn
there.
bona fide slut. I'm not
that's
talking
not
about no
that.
slut. Mm-hmm.
Man, you be pushing rope and pushing
but
there at the same time.
MOT, right? What healthy is saying is that there is a higher standard for your wife than a concubine. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you'll let a little bit more go with the concubine than you would the wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but I cycle them out like every 3 months, so it's not that much of a
That.
problem. Like the main chick stays, but all these other motherfuckers gotta get the fuck out of here. 3-4 months until
Mm-hmm.
she gets tired of looking at y'all, and yeah, it I just
Every.
I can't understand the concept of a concubine who's not a hoe. Like,
Right.
please bless your
Every.
brother with
Because a
I understand.
concubine,
Because
look, this is what I
in the
say, bro.
culture,
This is what
those
I
women
say.
don't be sleeping around with other dudes. Like
They
they
don't. She
stay
won't. She
pure.
won't
They
fuck with
stay
me.
they untouched and shit. And they hope that a dude will take them. But if the dude is married, then they can still take them into the
Yeah.
household and take care of them and
I
shit.
So
still.
And they
Yeah.
could be virgins,
MOT.
I only had
The
two.
brothers
untouched.
broke it down perfectly, right? He's from the Hebrew culture, and so a concubine in Hebrew culture just means a woman that is a servant in your house, right?
Yeah.
Oh, loyal hoe.
How did that term
And they exist, bro.
change?
They
How did that
exist,
term
man.
change from hundreds of years? I don't know, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's what it meant in
because
Hebrew culture.
because it's brothers on the outside of that culture, like tribal cultures, like my beliefs. We believe some of the same stuff. That's why it's kind of changed throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a part of a religion, but I still practice polygamy. Why? Because it's my tribal history. You know what I'm saying? So I had since I've been married these past 15 years, I've had 3 concubines, right? That came in my house, that served my wives. You know what I'm saying? That cleaned my house, that cooked, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the sexual action or whatever. They was faithful to me. Yes, loyal hoes do exist. And as soon as we broke away, all 3 of them got married. They got married to different husbands. My first wife basically trained them how to be wives on some real
Oh,
shit.
nice.
I know it sounds crazy. But that's
That's
exactly
good.
what
I
happened.
mean, but my
And
man
that's the
chick
purpose of having the concubine.
do like teach them to be better people.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
the difference between what you said and
Giving
what
them
Brother
the
Hondo
experience they
Solomon
need to
said
know
was that
to
the
get a
fact
husband.
that his wife trained him to be wise, but instead of marrying other dudes, they actually ended up staying within his family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah,
everybody
that's
runs their
always an
family
option too.
different.
Yeah. In Hebrew culture and Islamic culture. I don't even think Islamic culture would bump them up like that. But how
No,
my beliefs,
no,
yeah,
never.
I don't think I think they keep them on that right hand possession level. I think that's what they call them, right hand possessions. But me personally, I don't bump up concubines.
But
I just
listen,
don't do that.
it doesn't matter. What matters the most, in my opinion, is that these women are contributing to your household and your
Oh
family
yeah. Oh
and your
yeah.
legacy.
Exactly.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
big thing.
Their
Like
health is
sex,
more valuable than just
sex
some
is
side
good and
chick.
all that. It's important, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
all that. There's much more important things in polygyny, and life in
Yeah.
general, man. Like
Yeah, because time
These
is
hoes got
money.
that's
law outlets, man. Like, I don't allow no woman to be around this motherfucker without no CDL. Are you fucking crazy? Like,
I
no.
heard that. I heard
No
that.
fuck. Yeah, like like to me inside my head, I can't rationalize, and it's because I'm not part of the culture. I'm the outside looking in, and I
Right.
will clearly say that. It's just that I can't. That's why I gotta get these hoes in and out of here, because
I heard that.
by the time I recognize what's happening here, and this chick have a smile on her face, like, oh, okay, you need to take over main chick position, you gotta go.
She think
I mean,
she think your shit is her shit.
correct. No, it's like Ice Cube said at the end of Terrorist Threats. She's driving your shit, but you like her bitch. Like, that's how I feel after a while.
Wow.
That's how I feel after a while, and that's how come they got to cycle in and cycle out.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
understand that.
nice tight bod, things are fresh. but after 2 or 3 months, and I'm like, what you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Because in this lifestyle, man, it's like I run across women all the time that's interested, but I just don't see them as wives. But we still may connect. You know what I'm saying? I just don't write them off as like, okay, bitch, you ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they still may serve a position. That's why I be like, chicks just need to be happy with their position.
I love to see them try. It is amazing to see the smile on a new hoe's face when she thinks that she about to suck this dick better than any motherfucker.
Oh man,
planet.
That's sex. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, this fucking girl is fucking at this shit. My main girl looking at her like,
yeah, all right, I'm gonna take you from your wife. Okay, bitch, you think you will?
Like she filming. Smiling and shit.
They be underestimating the loyalty and strength of the main wife. They don't understand. She the main wife for a reason. Shit.
Okay, guys. So this has been an amazing show. I have been busy writing down so much shit. I almost got a Bible from y'all niggas.
Oh man.
So tomorrow topic, I have 2 topics. One can either be struggle love or how to reform use penis and use pussy. So
let's go with that one.
Which one? The use penis and pussy or a struggle?
How to reform use penis and pussy.
But I'm learning about. I never knew what trash dick was, and then I learned a lot about concubines. I did not know that many shit goes on with concubines.
Yeah, we went that deep about that concubines topic.
Hey, bro.
I didn't know that many of y'all knew what concubines were.
You know what the funny part is, though?
The art of
listen. If you want to get some real stuff on concubines,
fucking y'all up.
If you want to get some good information on the concubine, go check out my latest show interview I did with Hondo Solomon, the great Hondo Solomon. He breaks that down in the show last night.
And take notes when you listen to Hondo now.
Yeah. So what I think is interesting is like we were talking about concubines, but I also noticed that we were talking about concubines from 2 different regions.
Yeah.
Like dude was talking about like Hebrew, like like that region of the world, their concubines. I was talking about like Eastern, like Asia, like much farther Eastern. Like their type, like what they do with concubines and stuff like that. Because I know that the stuff that they do over there, where I was talking about, they don't do the same stuff over there in the Hebrew area. Like they be totally different about their concubines because they can still keep their ladies around. But like when it comes to concubines over in the Eastern Asia area, like depending on how the husband feel about her, it's possible she very well could replace the head wife.
Damn.
Yeah. So it really
she done sucked herself into a position.
It's always a competition.
Ain't no competition with my wife. Get your ass out of here.
So I was saying, like the region, depending on the region, really, determines how things is. And one thing that I know for certain is like one thing a lot of women do, especially over in the Asian area, like they're quick to try to have kids. The kids.
Okay, we wrapping it up. We wrapping it up.
Yeah,
so,
I forgot.
like,
Jay said that we got to wrap it up.
I got it.
I mean, like.
Okay. All right. I'm okay. So Jay, do you have any closing remarks for this show?
Nope.
You don't got no closing remark.
Nope.
Jay, you did a great job. 12 views. I didn't go over all the analytics, but you did a great job. Clap it up, everybody, for Jay.
We love you, Jay. We appreciate you, sister. We appreciate
you. You had the polygamists talking. You had them talk about homosexuality.
No, I just, you know what? I will say one thing. It's just mighty convenient that Jesse slid out at the one time while I was asking him questions.
Why are you going after Jesse? Why are you going after Jesse?
Go eat. What you talking about?
Anyway, go ahead. No, we good. I'm just saying it's real convenient. It's real convenient that he slid out because the questions that I had asked. No. I did answer your question. I did answer your questions. I just did not answer the questions in the way that you wanted me to. But yes, I'm done. Go ahead.
Bro, did Jay answer your questions? Because she didn't answer.
I'm going to give Queen Anne and Jay their show. Probably coming up. I got to sit down with the 2 ladies. I'm going to give them a show to head off on. That's going to be pretty interesting talking about struggle love. I'm going to probably have MOT and also any one of you brothers who want in on that show. We're going to be talking about struggle love and is it worth it? Is it worth the fight or not? That's going to be a hot topic, but we know a lot of niggas going through struggle love. So I want to know. We're gonna need the
I wanna be
Godfather
on that one.
on that sermon later on about struggle love, because a lot of niggas be bringing their struggle love to work. So, we know you're a strong sister that be doing struggle love, and that's your type of love.
No, I don't do struggle love. I don't do. That's why I'm a hoe.
You won't
'cause I
let a
don't do
man feed
struggle
your
love.
bologna sandwich
Man,
and
come on,
take you
man.
to.
That's why
take
I'm a
you to
hoe,
down-
because I don't do struggle love.
How you? Nobody
suck
called
that
you a
shit.
hoe, Jay.
She called
Ain't
herself
no,
a hoe.
man.
What? Jay, you got Jay. No. Did anybody on this panel call Jay a hoe?
No,
Yeah,
But,
we
I
love-
fin-
we
but
love
in other
Jay.
news, I finished my hair while y'all was babbling on. I finished my hair. So anyway,
It looks lovely.
So we're gonna wrap up this show, guys. We thank y'all greatly. I know MOT was writing down a lot of facts. I know he's gonna be taking at the other shows.
man.
A lot of shit. Jay had niggas running around. Jay, you had these dudes running, getting notes and stuff, and trying to.
I don't know why they taking notes. I ain't nothing but a hoe, right? So what the fuck
Jay,
you worried? Why y'all
called
taking
you a hoe.
notes?
Jay, why do you keep
I'm
calling
just
this?
permissive. Why y'all taking notes about little me?
If you must know this, guys,
I guess I must have struck a nerve with some of y'all.
Jay literally has men flocking at her feet to try to take her. So she don't need you niggas. She don't need you broke niggas. She don't need you broke niggas. You got to make at least over $3,000 a week just to talk to me.
Oh my god! Why you lying?
You got to have a flying jet. You got to be able to have diamond condoms and shit. Just to talk to Jay. So until y'all get that shit, y'all niggas can't bring her to Shoney's.
What the
You
fuck
can't get
is
no
it? What the
Popeyes.
fuck?
And she's good to go to Red Lobster and all that
No,
cool
I don't
shit.
fuck. I do not fuck with Red Lobster.
Jay don't fuck with Red Lobster
She
for all
too
you
good for
niggas.
lemon water? That's bullshit.
I do. I drink. No, I do drink lemon water, but I don't fuck with Red Lobster.
Jay does not go to Red Lobster, and she don't go to Shoney's. That's why I knew that. I said, "Oh,
Whoa.
she don't go to Shoney's. She don't go to Denny's. I think she might go to Denny's. Do you go to Denny's?
After drinking, was we drinking earlier?
Oh my gosh. All
Ray
that
Ray
shit
and
go out the
Pookie-
window.
Ray Ray and
with
Pookie go to
alcohol
Denny's.
involved.
I mean,
What is your go-to restaurant?
Red Lobster.
What is your go-to restaurant for a date? What is your go-to restaurant for a date?
For a date, honestly,
Yes, ma'am.
there is a place
Lord.
near me. If I had to
$100
say
a
a
plate.
place near me, no, it's just not. So there y'all go. See, y'all
Subway.
be making a lot of assumptions about me.
Subway.
No. It's this place called Thai Fusions.
I can't spell Thai food. What the fuck is that?
Thai place.
It's basically it's Thai food. It's a nice restaurant. But see, that's the thing. Y'all be going to these franchise restaurants, and a lot of times, like the home mom and pop, there's local mom and pop restaurants that be way nicer than franchise restaurants and be cheaper.
But when you dealing with the quote unquote hoe, she know Red Lobster. She know that's where she want to go. You guaranteed to get
But
something.
I don't fuck with Red Lobster. But I got more than 10 bodies.
Hey, you a
She
real
a bad
unicorn,
bitch.
then. You a unicorn.
But I put it like this:
let's
I'm also not going nowhere where I can't pay for my own food either.
You ain't going nowhere. You can't pay for your own food.
I'm not. No, because I know a lot of females will go out with the women that will go out with men just for a free meal.
If a nigga spend over $50, he deserves some kind of pussy.
If I can't, no, I'm saying if I'm going out with you and I don't have money in my pocket, I'm not going out with you because I don't trust y'all.
But if he pays for you, he deserves the pussy.
So you like Thai food? I'm taking notes. You like Thai food? What else you like, baby?
I like Thai food, but it don't matter, Mario, because I can't go out with you because we'll be married. Mario, it doesn't matter because if we go out, we'll be magically married the next day. I'm good.
You motherfucking right. Get your shit together.
You gonna be a slave.
All those 10 bodies is gone.
She's your queen. I love that fat nigga on Coming to America. I love that. I want you to sing about that one shit. Got me giddy and shit. He's your queen. All right,
yes,
y'all.
we're supposed to be closing out, Doug.
All right, we're closing out. Shit. All right, so Jesse, tell us about your show, brother, before we go, and then MOT, tell us about your show.
Man, you can go check me out on the Jesse Bill Show, Anchor, Apple Music, Google Play. I also have a YouTube page. You can search Jesse Bill III or the Jesse Bill Show. Talking on black relationships, business, not dealing with hoes, all that stuff. Good.
And the man of tomorrow.
All right. Man of tomorrow. On YouTube, you see that name in it. You see my face. And it was We also do a show called Black Men's Congregation on Sunday between the hours of 12 and 1 Eastern Time. We talk about issues that are essential to Black men to help you get up out of the rut that you're in, or potentially boost your lifestyle a little bit. We also have a Facebook group called Black Men's Congregation Men Only. Says what it is, for Black men only. So that way you can come there, ask your specific questions about whatever issues you have, so that way we can be able to help solve your problem. There's a lot of high-powered people in the group. And that is it. And turn it over to you, Joe, for final words.
I think he left.
Joe,
I muted my damn self. Shit. Okay. So I know I'm damn fucked up. You guys, so we want to thank you guys for being able to support us. Thank everybody in the chat. We love it for these late night talks. We didn't think it was going to go this big, but actually pretty much did. You guys, please enjoy the content, enjoy everything that we're trying to give y'all. We now also have the podcast radio show, the Negro Shade Radio. Pretty much we're giving y'all the latest topics, the latest views, and we talk our shit on the podcast radio show. BMT has successfully been able to grow. Now we also have our brother network, Black Men's Congregation, which is headed off by our brother, Man of Tomorrow, and myself included, which we give y'all the latest topics and views. We are honored to actually have our MGTOW brother, Lycan King, who has been with us since one of the beginnings of BMT. So you guys, I hope y'all gathered some information. We thank you for our mods named Doug and Anti-Gravity and others who have joined us in the topic. Please, if y'all have topics that y'all want us to talk about, please leave them in the comments. We do have days where we read our comments, go over them, and actually, I think we hit the comments. Also, you brothers, if y'all want to come on the show, let us know, brothers and also women, sisters, y'all can come on the show also, and we can do live open panels where we answer questions on the show live. No judgment, no type of bashing, but we give y'all the latest topics, views, and also points that you want to hear. Thank you for joining us today on BMT on Black Male Talk 2 Unfiltered, and y'all have a nice night. Peace.